right, guys, Eddie of Fliptroniks, and I'm going to be going over how to use margin on Robinhood crypto for beginners. Now, if you don't know what margin means, it's basically when you're borrowing money, but if you do this responsibly, it can allow you to leverage yourself up and make a lot more money in a shorter time frame. Now, I'm going to show you an example of how I've done this year, trading cryptocurrency on Robinhood with margin. Also, if you guys want to get started here and have it on Robinhood, I'll have some bonus and sign-up links in both the description and comments. Now, the first thing I want to do is talk about how margin on Robinhood works. Currently, my account has about $17,000 in borrowed money. Now, I've had more than this at different times. I've had less, but I'm just kind of showing you my account. Now we're going to go over some of the basics. So what you have to understand about margin is that you first need to have a minimum of $2,000 in your account to be eligible. Now, the interest rates on margin are extremely low on Robinhood. It's like 2.5%. So to put that into perspective, when I've had about $30,000 borrowed in borrowed money, it's cost me less than $100 in interest payments a month on $30,000. That is ridiculously low, and that's kind of why it's so enticing to borrow money on Robinhood, because it's so cheap. I mean, if you compare that to like a credit card or like a personal loan, I mean, it's like nothing, So you also have to understand that you don't want to borrow too much money. Now, if you borrow too much and you don't keep your account within the margin maintenance, which is basically just having enough money in your account, you'll have to deposit more money or sell some stocks or crypto, whatever you have. The best way to do this is not to borrow more than 10 to 20 to more than if you keep it between 10 and 20% of your account balance, you should be fine. An example, if you had like $10,000, don't borrow more than, 2,000. Now I've done more than that, but I know what I'm doing, and like I said, if you do this responsibly, then you can definitely make money with margin, especially on Robinhood. And it's mainly because the interest rates are so freaking low. Now, I'm going to show you an example. We'll go with Bitcoin Cash. Now, I am down on my position right now, but this year I've made a little bit over 60,000, with borrowed money. Buying and selling Bitcoin Cash. Now, I wouldn't have been able to do this without borrowing money. So at one point when I started trading this year, I had 10,000 of my own money and I borrowed 30,000. So I had 40,000 total in Bitcoin Cash. Now, since the beginning of this year, buying and selling it with that borrowed money, I've been able to make over $60,000 profit. And to put that into perspective, if I didn't borrow that extra 30,000 on margin, I would have only made about $15,000. But because I borrowed that money, I made 4 times the amount of money. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, if you do this responsibly and you kind of know what you're doing, then you can definitely make money with margin on Robinhood. I've done it. I've also done it with Ethereum this year. I'm not going to pull that trade up, but Bitcoin Cash is just kind of my quick example. And like I said, if I didn't borrow that money, I would have made 15,000, but because I borrowed an extra 30, I was able to make 60. So huge difference in returns. Now, obviously, it could have gone the other way. I could have lost, but like I said, it kind of comes back to the experience and knowing what you're doing and trying to keep your borrowing limit not more than at 30%. You can see I've got close to 100K or around 100K in my account. I've had more or less, but you kind of get the idea. Now, I do want to put some recommendations out there. I also got to point out none of this is financial advice, guys. I mean, you got to research this stuff yourself, but I really like Ethereum Classic right now. I definitely recommend checking out that coin on Robinhood. I also think Ethereum's good. And of course, Bitcoin Cash I'm holding, so I think that is good as well. Now, I also want to point out Robinhood is adding some more cryptos at some point this year. It's looking like Cardano, Chainlink, and XLM will be added, so it'll put it from 7 coins to 10 coins. Not a huge difference, but it's been a while since we've seen some cryptos being added on Robinhood, so that would obviously be awesome, right? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you could smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.